There we go. All right. Hey everybody, welcome back, guys. Sorry about being late this morning. I'll kind of reiterate it as the day goes on, but my computer is having this very weird issue, guys, where while I'm working, both of my monitors go black and the computer itself stops sending the signal to the monitors. So, Loki, back up. So, I've been dealing with that problem all morning, but so far so good. Loki, hey, come on, over here. I don't want Loki by the computer. He'll dust it up. But so far, guys, here we can take a quick peek at it. CPI was bad. CPI was bad. Let's see. So inflation rose 8.6%. Let's get that way. Highest since 1981. It was worse than expected. Of course, we kind of talked about that, but you can already see the Dow has sunk 500 points after inflation has reached 40-year high. So here's the Nasdaq, S&P 500, and the Dow Jones. You can see a clear gap down here with each one of these. We'll see how as the rest of the day goes on. But for Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin is actually breaking down below the support level we talked about the last few days. Over the last few days, excuse me. Gosh, yeah, I messed up my lip last night the way I was sleeping. All right, but let's go right there. We can just move this down here. So a clear breakdown. Now we're messing up with the higher lows. Let me see if I can show you guys this very fast. Low, higher low, higher low, higher low being broken right here, and we're also breaking at the same time. So maybe, well, actually, let me see. Did we actually break the higher lows yet or not? We're close, but I don't know if we've actually done it yet. Let me zoom in here very fast on that 4-minute chart. We haven't broken down below it just yet here. I'll add some type of little line here just so we can kind of keep track of the number. The number on the Bitcoin tether chart is going to be 29,218. That's the level we really need to continue moving down and break down below if we are going to really take a larger drop here, like the rest of the market here, which is tanking. With so far a little bit of an okay opening in the second 5 minutes of the day, but overall, guys, it's not good news. It's not good news at all. As more people trickle in here, because I know I'm a little bit late myself, what I'll probably do is go over the CPI data, and then from there, just chat. We'll watch some of the coins in the market. Right now, I told you guys I was taking some shorts last night. They're all up quite a bit, obviously, at this point. You see ADA is down 7.46%. I talked about that one. And then also Sol is down about 5.41%. Not as much as Sand and Mana here, but definitely up quite a bit. But I told you guys I was taking shorts on those ones too, actually. So, yeah. So far, those shorts from last night are really printing money, so to speak. But the biggest losers, I think, right now are ApeCoin, Luna, and FTM right now, as far as I can see. Oh, and ADA. Anything else here I can really see? Maybe Sushi, Luna C can be bad too as well. But now I'm going to be waiting slowly to figure out when's the best time for me to sell my shorts here. Okay. So, good morning, Kevin. Hey, Wonder Space. Hey, Fat Buddha. Hey, Guap. Hey, Carlos Saint Squaw. I can't really pronounce that. And hey, Puma. Thanks for being a member, my man. What do I think about shorting BLZ? Let's talk about that very fast. Probably best to put this on a 5-minute chart, or maybe a 1-minute chart, as we kind of wait for this to happen. Yeah, we broke down here a little bit. So when the CPI number actually came out. All right. That's good. And if for whatever reason my screen goes black, I doubt it's because YouTube banned me. Just as you guys know, I'm having an issue with my computer is out of nowhere failing to send signal to my monitor. So you guys may be able to hear me. The screen may go black, but I won't be able to see anything, and I'll have to restart my computer. And at that point, I have to redo my, I have to clean the inside of my computer out. I think Loki fur got inside of it or something, and that's what caused the problem. So this morning, I opened up the computer and sprayed it all with I don't have it here. I have it on my sofa. Electrical spray, if you will. Seems to be doing the trick right now, though. But you asked about what was the specific one? A BLZ. Let me just open this up another one here. Excuse me. I tried to mute it so you guys didn't hear that one. Load chart layout. Let's just go to unnamed. Yeah, I'll do trip. BLZ USD from Coinbase. This one seems like it's been doing its own thing for a while here. I don't know exactly why. Let me see over here. A price of 18 cents. If I were to short this down, I would actually just wait for this simple trend line to be broken. This is going to be a big signal to say, hey, bad stuff is coming. And so what I would do is I would just draw this trend line up here from the lows of probably this one better, or this one better. This one gives you a little bit more grace, yeah. All right. So I would have this trend line drawn up on the chart. This is a 30-minute chart, but you can simply just do the daily chart right here if you wanted to. Or you can try to do the hour chart, same type of thing, right? And then once you break down below this level, or if you want to get an alert to when we do break down below the level, I would right-click on the line, add alert on trend line, and hit crossing down. Trend line, only once, unless you want to do once per bar. That's pretty extreme. Or once per minute. That's really, really extreme. And then you just want to have, say, notify on the app or show a pop-up. One of these two will usually get the job done, and you want to hit create. And then from there, you'll have an alert set up for that specific trend line. But I wouldn't be shorting this until it breaks down. It will help you not overexpose yourself to the market. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. For now, let me actually get rid of this alert. I don't need any alerts on this particular channel. So kind of like how we were watching, what is this? Doge on Mars. Probably actually, let me just go over here. Just like we were watching Doge on Mars when it was doing its own thing before Bitcoin crashed. That simple trend line right there is normally what you're going to be looking for here. And as soon as you break down, then you can have confidence to really be shorting it down. Just make sure you have some type of an alert set up. Just like for Doge on Mars, we had this breakdown right here. Broke down, retested, rejected. Now we're falling back down, of course. But yeah, it looks fine, but I would really wait for the signal to say that actually says buy. You can preemptively do that. You can preemptively short if you want to. You just run the risk of the price continuing to go up, as it's been doing for the past few days here, okay? But it looks like a great short candidate whenever it does break down from that specific trend line. I'd probably best go here. Maybe 1 minute here. We've slowed down a little bit, guys. We've slowed down a little bit. So let me take an opportunity here to talk to you guys about some of this information. We really want to stay above the support, but we haven't seen a mega short yet, like we were kind of expecting. You do see a lot of altcoins down heavy. That's true. But as far as Bitcoin's concerned, since in the last 12 hours or so, since the day just since we started this new day candle, excuse me, guys, we haven't really dropped that far. We're only down 2%. That's nothing crazy, but we have broken down here. I think we're waiting for this whatever short is there to really tank us down. Otherwise, we're going to have some type of nasty wick, right? And then closing back above this trend line, which could happen, but this with the CPI data, it's going to be bad going into the weekend. Is my expectations here. But you can even see right now, we're not seeing that huge effect, and that's kind of give you guys that caveat last night. We're breaking down, but we're not breaking down like this, like what we saw a few minutes ago, or excuse me, on the 4-hour chart here. The last time we broke down below, or maybe the daily chart's faster. the last time we broke down below a pattern like this big move like that. Or maybe it's just the start. We'll have to wait and see. Not really excited about the size of the move down. But as you guys know, I have shorts that I opened up last night, and I'll be watching those ones pretty clearly. Some of them have already actually hit their profit target, so but some of them have hit a portion of their profit targets, which means they're scaling out of the positions, not really closing them all the way. Okay. And sorry, guys, my voice is actually a little off of it right now as well. Bitcoin Tether, Bitcoin Tether. Let me see if I need to fix something here. I never like when it's the same chart, but this is clearly underneath the line. This is, or yeah, this is clearly above the line here. I never know why that is with TradingView. It doesn't happen on my other platforms, but I always watch it nonetheless here just to kind of see what's going on. Okay. What's over here? And hey, Pavan, good morning. And hey, Carlos, 28,500 and the 19,500 buying at 16K. What do you guys think? Hey, Carlos, that is going to be good, especially if the Federal Reserve is not able to fix the inflation problem. Going on to that effect, you can see the prices are kind of consolidating. We got rejected off of this just a little bit here, of this old trend line that we've been watching for the past few weeks. Biden administration to drop COVID testing requirements for international air travel. Like, that's what we want to hear today. But here it is, guys. The consumer price index rose, or let me actually just read the actual story. All right. And again, forgive me, guys. I'm a little tired this morning. I did not go to bed as early as I wanted to. Uh, Inflation accelerated further in May, with prices rising 8.6% from a year ago. For the fastest increase since December 1981, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported Friday. The Consumer Price Index, a wide-ranging measure of goods and services, increased even more than the 8.3% Dow Jones estimate. Excluding volatile food and energy prices, the so-called core CPI was up 6%, slightly higher than the 5.9% estimate. All right, so let me see anything else here. Here's what it basically means. Those escalating prices meant workers took another pay cut during the month. Your money is not going to be going further this month than it was last month. It's actually going to be a pay cut, right? Now, the one thing that, from a practical standpoint of why everybody's so worried about bad CPI numbers here, guys, and this is it. The inflation report comes with the Federal Reserve in early stages of a rate hike campaign to slow growth and bring down prices. May's report likely solidifies the likelihood of multiple 50-point point interest rate hikes ahead. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. So that's what we talked about last night. It's not looking good. The market should be a little bit in turmoil for the foreseeable future here. Probably the next few months, we may have another bear market rally within that period of time and stuff like that. But until they get inflation under control, you can expect the majority of the market to keep going down here. And again, there we go. Here's the, let me just do this very fast. No, here you go, we can do this. Let's go to an hour chart. Hour chart of the NASDAQ. Down quite a bit. An hour chart of the SPY, SPY, whatever. Down here quite a bit as well. And let's go back to the hour chart. Hour chart of the Dow Jones. And the Dow Jones is currently down 552 points. I'm not watching CNBC at this current moment in time, but if I was, I bet they'd be scrambling to say what's going on here and probably having a fun time talking about all this turmoil going on in the markets. Hey, Crypto Sivas, happy to see you back, my man. Let's see. And good morning, Pavan. Good morning, Nunia. What's right here? Um, Guys, I think there's an opportunity for us to hit 16,000. It's just a very slim one. The big thing here is we talked about before, as far as the market's concerned, we would need the NASDAQ to break down below its 200 weekly moving average, and we would have to have some type of true bubble popping, like what we saw with the market in 2000, where we had a crazy rally, right? And we had to die back down, and we broke down below the yellow line. That's the big thing here. We haven't been down below the 200 weekly moving average since the 2008 financial crisis, and then before that, the dot com bubble. That's what it would take for Bitcoin to really just get demolished down below $20,000. Now, we haven't done that for a while. We still are very well up above the 200 weekly moving average here. So, if we were to come into contact with it, we would have to, the Nasdaq itself would have to fall down another 10%, and and then we would have to eventually do some type of bounce off of it, like we always do, right? Bounce that this takes weeks. 2008 financial crisis, this bounce took about 189 days. The one for 2000 dot-com bubble, this one actually only lasted about 41 days. All right, so excuse me, only a few weeks there. But this is the thing that could really cause the economy to go into a real downward spiral and thereby just start layoffs and all the bad stuff that we're talking about. But until that happens, I'm still assuming Bitcoin's going to go down to the 200 weekly moving average. My fear is that if, of course, the Nasdaq breaks down below that 200 moving average, well, then Bitcoin might break down below its 200 weekly moving average, leading to Bitcoin going, having a very, very nasty work down, and then it'll get bought up really fast. Don't get me wrong, but during that time, there will be all-out panic and tons of buying opportunities. So if you see Bitcoin at 16,000, buy some if you want to. Buy your favorite altcoins if you want to. It's going to be a dream come true as far as buying at low prices. Just make sure that you guys have some type of plan in place right now. Doesn't have to be a really big one. Just make sure you guys have a plan in case the economy really cannot be fixed up and that Jerome Powell is really going to mess up this slowing down inflation, so to speak. That's what we're all banking on right now. If Jerome Powell fixes inflation, we don't go down below the 200 weekly moving average for too long. If he messes up inflation even more, then we have a problem going forward here, guys. That's going to be the big thing that we all need to kind of take into consideration here. They said they're most likely going to do 50 basis point hikes for the next two meetings in a row. Again, this is just me being the average Joe. I'd rather start ripping the band-aid off now. Start moving those up to 0.75, so at least when people are laid off, at least inflation is cooling, right? I don't know if you guys understand this, but when you're laid off normally, inflation normally isn't that bad, okay? Because demand is really falling. But there's a problem right now where inflation is still going to be high by the time we start having these layoffs, which means any unemployment checks they may have or any savings that they may have, they're going to get drained much faster as people can no longer afford to just do the normal stuff they once did. And it's going to be pretty bad. But yeah, the world kind of sucks. We talk about this too many times on this channel. We were talking about this for months, right? Let's see. And hey, unknown. Roblox RB. What did it just go? RDBX. Let's do this one, yeah. And short interest over 200% for Roblox. Hold on. I don't see it on the list of high market cap, excuse me, highly shorted stocks here. Hmm. Beyond Meat. But I don't know if Beyond Meat's going to survive this. Big Five, that one's always had a high CPI. Nikolai always had a high, not CPI, high short interest. Let me go over here to Fenris very fast. Before we get going, AMD's up a little bit. Yeah, everything else is like just oil's not taking too hard of a hit here, but everything else is really getting slammed, unfortunately. All right. No, the short float is just 7.75% for Roblox. It's down about 6% right now. As far as this is concerned, well, it's already breaking down out of this short little flag it made. Um, or rising wedge, I guess you might want to call that. But it's already breaking down from that pattern, so it's an opportunity if you wanted to short it here. Just be careful because this is Friday. It's not going to be as easy as just buying Friday, waiting for Monday, unfortunately. But what I'd be looking for here is a little bit of support around. If I can get this up here, did this really help out much at all this morning or no? Yeah, try to do a little bit here. Again, bouncing around a little bit. Maybe around 27 bucks if it could be a good price target if you're looking to short this, or maybe all the way down here to $25 if you want to hold for the rest of the day. Looks like some people took some buying opportunities here, but the short float isn't too crazy. It's not that high. It's only at about 7%. And what's right here? And hey, who Johnson? The Federal Reserve should be dissolved. Yeah, they're not really doing a good job so far, right? We've talked about like our reservations about how poor of a job they're doing. I still want them to fix this, right? And I don't. I think Joe Biden has kind of tied himself to Jerome Powell. Remember, even though Trump put him in, Biden gave him a second term. So Biden was okay with the work he was doing, and maybe Biden shouldn't have done that. But I think his advisors told him it's best to not rock the boat here because they don't want to be held responsible from a Trump pick, so to speak. But he's being held responsible nonetheless here. And one of the things I was looking at this morning is I was talking to a few friends, kind of asking them to help me fix my computer for the stream. Was that so I didn't actually watch the thing last night. The what do you call that? The hearings. I don't know about the January 6th stuff. But imagine, Halo. Imagine being that Democrat who forgot that they scheduled their biggest hearing of the year the day before inflation numbers were coming out. Maybe they thought that inflation numbers were going to be going down, but it turns out to be very, very bad optics to go from Trump is really bad, we're spending all of our resources on this right now, and then going into, whoa, inflation is really, really bad the next day. It's going to be a huge whiplash because I don't even know what people, I mean, personally, me, I have no idea what you guys are more focused on. Maybe I think it's my job right now since, I trade. I feel like I'm just much more focused on the economy than that. And I wonder how the market's going to perceive all that going on because it doesn't seem like Congress is doing anything right now to help fix inflation with the Federal Reserve. So it's all politics and self-preservation going on right now across the bureaucracies of America and the government. So that really doesn't make me feel good about inflation getting fixed up anytime soon. And that's the practical reason. No matter who's in power, I usually shit on the government, to be frank. However, right now it just does not look too good, and I don't really see people really working towards that end. At least Republicans normally get bullied into doing stuff because the I don't know what you want to call it, that the main media will like hammer them hard about the smallest thing, so they try to move some stuff along. I don't think right now there's really any pressure to from the media, so to speak, to fix things. Hopefully, like there's a more of a push towards stories of people that can't afford basic goods because of the kind of the stuff going on. People seem to forget. The media stopped talking about it, but we still have a baby food shortage. My neighbor was just talking about it to me the other day, and he's going out helping his wife go look for baby formula, baby formula, excuse me, and they're not being able to find the type they need. They can find some baby formula, not the exact type they need for some reason. I don't know the science behind baby formula. I wish I did because it sounds pretty interesting in a weird way. Hey, Zero Two, happy to see you back as well. And hey, Omar, good morning, boss. Thank you. And hey, Crypto Sivas, what is the possibility for 16K, brother? Right now, I would say it's maybe a 1 in 5 chance, a 1 in 7 chance, somewhere in there at this point in time. It's not going to happen anytime soon, guys, if it is going to happen. What would have to occur is a full-on recession, the market crashing to an effect, like in a bubble type format, and then only then I could see really bad things happening for Bitcoin and the potential for us to reach about Yeah, $16,000. Here, and I want to really just show this to you guys again. It's not going to happen really fast. Okay, so let me just get rid of all these other things we don't need on this screen here. Let's take a moment. Let me get rid of all this other stuff. Let's kind of zoom in here, and I can show you what exactly I mean. So, at this current point in time, the Nasdaq is still going down at this point, but we haven't broken down the lows from last week. That's going to be crucial if we want to continue this bear market here to the same effect. It's okay. We're about 10% away from the 200 weekly moving average, 9.74% if you guys want to be exact, or $1,163.62 away from the 200 weekly moving average. Again, we only break down below this in really bad economic times. The 2008 financial crisis was a big one, and then the dot-com bubble was also a big one here as well. Bitcoin itself kind of opened up on the scene right here in 2011, right? 2017 is right here. Let's see if I can show you guys this. Let's get actually bring a vertical line here. So crypto became more mainstream right here. This is when the big first hit to 20,000 really took effect, where people really started to get to know crypto, right? We've only really been exposed to crypto for this point in time, or back over here to 2011 if you want to use this, but the market's always been going up during this time frame after we came out of the Great Recession. We've only been going up. So if Bitcoin finally does make that turn, even during COVID, we didn't break down below the 200 weekly moving average, even during COVID, when everything was tanking. If we actually break down below this level, that's where you could see Bitcoin having a, well, let me just go right here. Geez, the market is just on a freaking tumble right now. That's where you could see the market. I'll be right here, yeah. Okay, best to just go to this one then. Some of them don't have moving averages since I haven't set them up yet. That's where Bitcoin can break down below its 200 weekly moving average, leading us to a really, bad time. We've never really broken down below the 200 weekly moving average and stayed there for more than a few days, right? Back here all the way in 2014, 2015, we were down here for like less than a week, down here for less than a week, made our way back up, and a rally started right afterwards. 2018, we barely went underneath it at all. 2020, we went below it, but only because of COVID, came shooting back up here like a V-shaped recovery. And then now, it will take some time here, but if we do break down below this, that's where you could start seeing Bitcoin hit $16,000. And if you kind of zoom out a little bit on your charts, guys, you see that it's not terribly, it's not terribly out of the ordinary. It can happen here. Let's just zoom out a little bit more. Historically speaking, we could see a really nasty move. I think Bitcoin would probably recover a lot faster than the traditional stock market, but it would still be a very painful experience for anybody that's bought in to crypto up to this point, kind of in this cycle here. Even like me buying in some crypto yesterday, that type of stuff, I would still feel pain there, but I would still be buying up nonetheless, just understanding that the economy was worse than we expected. And maybe if things got really bad as well, remember guys, we keep track of this 200 weekly moving average, but you see this green line right here, the 20 week moving average. It's never crossed down below the 200 moving average. So 2014, 2015, didn't happen. 2018 didn't happen. COVID didn't happen. Here, if things get really bad, yes, it can happen. And that'd be a first. And so then it would go into a whole different unknown territory for us as far as Bitcoin investors. We've never if it does happen, excuse me guys, my pollen allergies are acting up. If it does happen, then it'd be kind of new territory. Then we're not going to be looking so much about historical context because all of that is thrown out the window. Then we start going over stuff like the Gann-Fan levels that I'll bring up to you guys again. Going over support levels, resistance levels, all types of stuff. And later on today, I'm going to be doing an updated video for Gann-Fan levels, maybe this weekend, probably this weekend. Because these Gann-Fan levels right now that we're looking at are Gann-Fan levels going from Bitcoin to the US dollar, where normally we use Bitcoin to tether, and that's why we have this specific trend line. Is this the Ganfeng level we're using right now? Yeah, so on this one here, on this drop, we hit the 4-to-1 Ganfeng level right here, and if we Bitcoin continues to break down, our next level of support over the next few weeks is going to be about $25,000, 24,752 if you want to get more precise there. But there's also another Ganfeng level. I don't know if it's on this chart, I guess. Oh, actually, it's on this chart, isn't it? There we go. Um, Not this hot pink line, but this pink line right here. This is the one on the tether. So far, we've held it every single day. And as this weekend continues, if we have a bad weekend, whatever, our support level that actually matters here, that we want to close above by the end of each day, is going to be this level right here. Let me see. Let me add this so you can see it very fast. Let me just change the lines to white. So, you know, you can go day by day here if you want to. So for today, our support level, the big support level, is going to be, for the Ganfeng level, is going to be $28,048. Tomorrow, it's going to be $27,993. The next day, $27,947. And, it keeps on getting lower and lower and lower here. But the level of support we're looking at right now, what we just bounced off of, let me get rid of this lines. I hate grid lines on my charts. There we go, and there we go. The level of support we just bounced off of here was the 29,218, which is the higher low that we're trying to break down below if you have any shorts open right now. Best to go to the 4-hour chart. Yeah. Low, higher low, higher low. We're breaking that higher. Well, we've matched that higher low. We haven't broken down below it yet. Maybe it's best if I just have a second chart running over here to kind of have fun with it. No, we're a little bit further off the line. When we come back into contact with it, we'll have to wait and see. Back to maybe the 1-hour chart. There we are. Ooh, excuse me. All right. I'm sorry, guys. My nose is just pollen these days. There we go. Yeah, but that's the possibility for 16K. So, but everybody be careful. Altcoins are really having a really bad time right now. Bitcoin's only down about 700 points. It can definitely go down more, but what you're expecting to happen today, guys, is we're going to be watching the NASDAQ and keeping a close eye on that one, because right now it opened up, kind of had a little bit of a resurgence, and now it's coming back down here quite a bit. We'll see how bad things really want to get. Maybe, and I gave it like a 2% chance yesterday. There's an opportunity for the NASDAQ and Bitcoin to decouple a little bit here. But so far, Bitcoin is breaking down below a trend line. We want to see it break down below the higher lows here, because we came close, but we actually didn't tap on that level of support. So technically, we still are above the higher lows, technically, which is important. Right here. Yeah, I forgot to take my Claritin today. Whoosh. I'm suffering because of it. What's it here? And hey, you're watching got some bacon and pancakes. That sounds very, very good. Uh, and hey, Aaron, can't blame Putin. He doesn't want the U.S. and the border countries force Russia to Cuba. Oh yeah, I mean, you can blame Russia for part of it. It's just like the majority of it was here before Putin invaded Ukraine. I think people are slowly forgetting about that war because the news hasn't been covering it as much. But yeah, it's Putin's part of the problem, but he's not the problem, if that makes sense. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. I think the big thing that if you want to blame Putin for something right now, it's if we have this famine that everybody keeps talking about. If that actually occurs, I think that'll be a big chunk of that will be Putin's fault, and then I think people will be more justified by saying it's all the bad stuff is Putin's fault, I guess you would say, right? But right now, it's more of an administration issue across multiple countries, not just America. But it's just not good right now, of course. And the Federal Reserve is not doing an adequate job. And I think that's because everybody thought that. I just think it's because everybody thought inflation was going to be transitory. Remember, the Federal Reserve said transitory. the federal government picked up on that and said, "Oh yeah, this is transitory," because they wanted to help themselves out with politics, right? And then when it wasn't transitory, all of a sudden they have to switch their thinking and try to find a solution when all of their manpower wasn't really going to dealing with inflation at the time. Remember, they tried to pass this off as inflation for a whole year, so we're a year late in dealing with inflation. That's the problem here. Let's see. And hey, Cheat Code Fitness, I overslept. Is it too late to short? What I'd be waiting for right now is that we break down below the 29,218 level. I told you guys I was opening up some shorts last night, specifically coins that had popped up quite a bit over the last few days, like ADA, with some 20x leverage plays there. And so far, they're down quite a bit here. But yeah, we want to wait and see if we break down below this higher lows here, just to make sure. But see, preferably to the end of the day, but who knows how bad of a day that might be. Excuse me. Uh, you could open a short right now, but just have a stop loss there as well. You just want to be careful that we're not going to get any whiplash if the Nasdaq does have a little bit of a recovery. But this is the Nasdaq 5-minute chart. There's not really a recovery that you could see at this point in time. We broke through a lot of supports yesterday here, and you're going to see a lot of people buying puts and other type of short opportunities there. Yeah. If you wanted to know what the big short opportunity here is over the next few days, or maybe even a week, if we don't come down here too fast, it's going to be the 8-to-1 Ganfin level right here. That stopped us during the last crash. We held it. We never closed below it on the daily. Big boom right there. And that level of support is going to be around $28,000 or so. Kind of going back to the other Ganfin chart. I think, do I have Ganfin? Is this Nasdaq? Bitcoin here, yeah. We broke that. That's not the support we want to see. Is it on this chart? Yeah, and there's one way down here at about $25,000 as well to be keeping your eye on. So I got so many Ganfins on my charts, it's hard to keep track of them all. There we go. Back to the hour chart though. Yeah. But we have clearly started to break down below the pennant that we've been keeping track of for the past few days. Go. And so far, still creeping down here. But welcome back, Cheat Code Fitness. But yeah, just to recap, guys, the CPI data was very, very bad. Let's see. And let's see. Hey, Kenny, I was just repeating what Brandon says. What'd you say? It's Putin's fault? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I didn't read that message. But what do you call it? Yeah, it's definitely a portion of it is Putin's fault, but not the stuff that really affects us too much over here. And hey, good morning, Danny. Happy to see you. How's it been going? I've been working a lot, and I've been going to bed early. Haven't catched a late night stream. Hey, no worries, my man. Life is first. Hope you've been taking some time to learn how to trade. But so far, things have been pretty good. I've been pretty busy here. A little tired, of course, because my computer's been messing up. But good time is making money with all these big moves down on the on the market so far. Yeah, overall doing pretty good. Loki's growing up a little bit as well. I don't even know where Loki went. He's walking around somewhere back there. Here's me calling his name. There we go. And let's see. Ready for the dip? Yes. I mean, everybody's waiting for the dip. I mean, the sooner we get this out of the system, guys, then we can hurry up and get going on a bull market. But for now, we're just economic data just looks bad and worse. Like for instance, here, guys, let's just take a peek at what's going on as we see this breakdown occurring. Here's the daily charts of Bitcoin. You can see pretty solid breakdown. Just trying to break down below these higher lows here and really start to take right. Dogecoin here. I'm gonna go to auto. There you go. Coming down a little bit here as well after a few breakdowns that we saw. Ethereum still holding support. We talked about the level we need to break down below. We still need to break down below $1,700. We're still $30 away from that. If we break down below that, I think that's what sends Bitcoin and everything, crashing back down. ADA, I told you guys I was taking a short yesterday. It worked out. It was nice. It's working out well now. It's a 20x leverage play, up about 7.72%. It's probably only up 6% for me when I bought it, because I bought it after the stream last night. So what is that, like 6 times 20? 120% increase. There we go. I didn't need to do math that time, or I didn't need to do a calculator that time. Ethereum Classic, you're seeing everything pretty much drop off here. XRP, a little bit of a drop off, but not terrible, not terrible. The dollar index, guys, is going up. There we go. Dollar index is hitting that old level of resistance that we had. We can probably move this resistance level up here. Is this a daily chart? Yeah. This isn't good as well. Remember, a few weeks ago, I think probably a couple months ago, everybody said we were heading for a bull market because they thought we couldn't break above this old level of support way down here. And you can see that we've already been testing it out, and it looks like we're trying to go up even higher here, unfortunately. So the American dollar abroad is actually getting stronger. The American dollar at home is actually getting weaker. Fun fact is one of the reasons I'm moving to Nicaragua. Not really. I don't really care about inflation all too much for moving, but my money is going to be going further in other countries, which is going to be interesting here. Although the price of goods in those countries are still going to be more expensive anyway because of inflation. But yeah, so right now, definitely seeing some aggressiveness by the dollar index here, and that also goes into the oil prices. If I can go back over here to watch list, USA oil. Here's the monthly chart for oil. We're just kind of rocket ship, breaking above the old level of resistance. We're not as high as the highs from 2008 financial crisis, when oil got up to about $147.27, but we're currently at $121.25, so things can definitely get worse as the summer hasn't even started yet. Okay, let's go back over here to YouTube section. Sheeb, oh geez, Sheeb's monthly chart really, as soon as that breakdown happened, that was a great shorting opportunity. Let's go to the daily chart here though. Breaking down here for Sheeb, same as everything else. FTM coming down here. At Litecoin down. Matic isn't down as much. Well, it's down the same amount as other coins right now, but from a chart perspective, it's a little bit different here. EXS down. Gala down. Yeah, a lot of stuff down here. Dogecoin Mars broke down a few days ago. ApeCoin testing out Fibonacci support. ICP testing out an opportunity to get to a new low. Mana down here a little bit more. Luna coming down here a little bit more after a little bit of a pump yesterday. Still waiting to see if it can break out. That'd be a fun day trade if I do say so myself. Mana, last 15 minutes, definitely taking a little bit of a hit here, like everything else. Mana is something I've been shorting for a while, since $1.10 though. Sand, Fibonacci support. Sol coming down here a little bit more as well. So, the same old, same old. But still holding support level over here. So let's see if the NASDAQ can really drop us down, or if we're going to have some type of rebound going forward. There we go. But happy to see you back, Danny, my man. What's right here? And hey, Hector the dude. Oh yeah, thanks for hitting the like button, guys. I really do appreciate that. And hey, General Brandon, I'm going to start being my mom's nurse aide so that I can get an extra 28 hours a week at $13 an hour, and all going to go into crypto alts when we drop more. Hey, there you go, General Brandon. I was talking to one of my friends from high school the other day, and he was telling me he's a travel nurse. He was telling me that people are offering him $10,000 a week to go do nursing work up here in Seattle. And it's absolutely insane how much nurses are making right now. Good for them. When you're needed, you better charge as much as you're worth, and you're worth a lot right now in the healthcare space. Let's see. Let's see right here. There we go. Okay. All right, now, yeah, guys, we haven't taken that big crash move down yet. We have had 2 bad hours so far, but we need to break down below the 29,218 level for Bitcoin, or the $1,700 level for Ethereum. And right now, Ethereum is $34 away from that level. It's at $1,734. Let's see. And hey, Carlos, I have to go walk Rambo. You take care. Hey, have a good day, my man. And I know I need to go take Loki for a walk here pretty soon, but it's been pouring down rain out here in the Pacific Northwest for a while now. You're seeing a little bit of a boom. Is the NASDAQ coming up a little bit? Not really. Let me see if I can open up another story here. Nearly 3%. Yeah, that's bad, but not that bad. Oh, DocuSign plunged 21% on profit miss and downgrades. These COVID stocks are really getting hit hard. I don't care about what stocks are winning. Let's see. Oh, job cuts hit cybersecurity industry. This is interesting. Let me just show you the highlights here. Um, what jobs are being cut? Let's see. I'm waiting for some type of numbers here. I don't really care about the majority of this story, guys, but I wanted to see. No, it looks like there's more and more job cuts happening, but not at the lower end levels like manufacturing, the blue collar jobs. It looks like in the white collar jobs, more corporate America, and it seems like they're starting to cut jobs a lot more. And you got to wonder, the job market is still good, so they should be able to find a job, but I'm wondering if more and more companies are going to start to freeze hiring here, which means once you're unemployed for a little bit of time unless you want to take a sizable pay cut. And that'll be interesting to watch to see how that happens. As well, guys, here, a lot of people last year, maybe not so much the white collar group, so this may be a little bit interesting to kind of watch, but unemployment over the last couple of years was insane because of how expensive everything was and COVID and everything like that going on. Around about expensive stuff, but just COVID. I wonder if somebody got laid off once and then they used up all of the unemployment, if they're laid off again, will they actually have unemployment benefits to help them out this time? Now that we're on the verge of a recession, I wonder if the system is set up to help those people out, and that's going to be something interesting to watch as well here. Oh, let's see. And hey, bro, science Luna is up. Don't get it. So Luna and Luna C are their own little things right now. They're trading. They're having some massive swings, but over the last few days, Luna has come down a lot. So, and that's why it's not crashing to the same effect. So let me go over here to Luna. This is Luna C. Luna right here. So if you look at the daily chart here, let me just get rid of this line. We popped up all the way up here, like to $10 or so, and yeah. And then we fell down 81% in 9 days. 81% in 9 days. All we're seeing is a little bit of a bounce off of that happening. That's all we're seeing right now. You can see overall today we are down here a little bit, but that's just because we had a major recovery after having a flat-out crash within 9 days. It crashed again, right? And then people are treating this more as an opportunity to make some really easy, cheap money. But it's a really painful type of thing to be trying to trade right now for sure. But that's the only reason it's doing relatively well over the last 2 days. It's because it fell down so much, it just rebounded. Just a natural little rebound there, a breather, if you will. Best to go right back over here. All right, there we go. Uh, and hey, bro, besides everything being shorted, maybe the market makers dropped the reversal on us today. I don't know if they're going to drop the reversal on us today, but we're not crashing to the same effect, if that's for sure. I think right now Bitcoin's just waiting to see if we go down below the 29,200 level and Ethereum $1,700 level, which we just talked about. But what's an easier way to say that? Uh, we're probably gonna have to wait until next week for the stock market to have a full on reversal, but because we are breaking down below a lot of support today for specific stocks, and that's going to be the issue here. So from a technical standpoint, things could get a lot worse. As far as Bitcoin's concerned, though, right now, guys, we haven't seen a big level of shorting. We had a solid level of support right here before breaking down the cycle of higher lows. We bounced off of the support first, then we broke down here. We may crash leading into the weekend. We'll have to wait and see. But let's take a look at the Nasdaq here. There we go. Nasdaq is still creeping down here. which usually means Bitcoin may take a day or two to catch up to some of that negative price action. And what's right here? And hey, Monica, we are close to the Apple puts level of around the 136.5. Yeah, there you go. If Apple's breaking down, you can definitely open up some puts there. Let me know if you want to check out the chart on Apple. But yeah, it's I mean, everything right now is going down no matter what you're looking at. So you guys know I have this. Let me find out. I got too many tabs open right now. For Sapphire and Diamond level members, I have the YouTube investing lessons. I think that's the one it is. Yeah. Okay. We have MU breaking down below support that it's been trying to hold since I don't know October of 2021. Big double top here, top neckline breaking down. Bad sign for MU following a death cross that we just had a week ago, right? On the daily chart, first breakdown, shorting opportunity here. Let me go to my actual YouTube breakouts. There we go. Broke down below the Fibonacci level here after breaking down a few days ago. LHX holding Fibonacci level here. Apple getting close to the Fibonacci level here, close to breaking down. Microsoft broke down below the 20. Jeez, yeah. Netflix broke down yesterday. Bad this morning. I guess you would say it's down like 5%. Tesla, this one's a little bit more tricky for me, but it's still trying to hold a level of support. Probably the weekly chart's going to be a little better here. Yeah, weekly. Still holding support of 646, but that'd still be a big drop if it continued to move down here. NVIDIA, this one's interesting because the Ganford levels aren't really helping it out too much. Got rejected off the Fibonacci level clearly, and now breaking down below the 20-day moving average. Avgo, I want to short this sucker, but I want to wait for it to get down below the 8-to-1 Ganfan line before I do. There's a little bit of resistance down here, or excuse me, support. But we're having death crosses here on the daily chart coming up, so I want to short this sucker as well. Home Depot at 2-to-1 Ganfan level support here, broke back down below the 20-day moving average. Thought there was an opportunity for a golden cross here, but nope, not happening. Lowe's broke down a while ago. Getting a little bit more choppy here. Yeah, it's a little bit more choppy than I want it to be. On the weekly chart, not as much, but I don't want to trade by week. I want to trade by day. Facebook here with the 4-to-1 Ganfan level here, and the, 5-to-1 Ganfan level, I think, as well. A little bit of support the first time, but it's just so choppy now. That's what really sucks about these current market conditions. This bear market is such a wild one, and like, as an investor, if you guys are able to really learn in this environment, this is as bad as it's going to be for the foreseeable future. So over the next few months, as the economy gets worse, everything gets bad, if you guys can learn how to trade in this environment, when we get out of this, it's going to be so much easier to trade because technicals right now aren't really being the best help for the majority of traders out there. Unless you guys have like the Bloomberg terminal, which is like way too expensive. It's like $20,000 a month. Intel coming down here as well in the week. Not really much support there. We had a little bit of support right here, but we broke down below that as well. Kind of like this right here. Broke down below it yesterday. Now coming down even more. MU, we just talked about that one. AMD support way down here, which I'm pretty excited about 70 bucks, but that's a while from now. I'm hoping that we can just, there we go, hold on to this support level right around here, since we are breaking down below the 50-day moving average and the 20-day moving average and the Fibonacci level here. Well, actually, we broke below the Fibonacci level yesterday, so there's a lot of breakdowns happening today. From a technical standpoint in the traditional markets, it's not looking good. But what have we been talking about? The chance that the market may do something really crazy here, because sometimes after big breakdowns, the market just decides to pop for no reason. Maybe there could be some good news over the weekend, but right now it doesn't look like it too much, guys. All right, let's see. And hey, Mike, thanks for liking the channel right there. And Doge TA, yeah, we talked about it for a few seconds here, but Doge isn't really doing anything of importance at this moment in time. Here, let's go to the 4-hour chart. And it's moving down like the rest of the stuff. Just like Bitcoin, it has like a higher low situation, and it itself has not broken down below the higher low situation yet. So let me zoom in here to this line. at 0.075 cents. That's Dogecoin's support right now. Still coming down here overall. If you wanted to take a day trade on it, I would love to buy it if it did break out above this trend line right here. And that would mean that Bitcoin did not crash. That would mean Ethereum did not go below 1,700. That means Bitcoin did not go below $28,000, I think it is, as a support. Or no, excuse me, 29,218. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, that would mean Bitcoin didn't break up below that level there. So that's what your hope is here for Dogecoin, that we could continue moving up a little bit more. And then if the CPI data doesn't affect Bitcoin all too much, even if though it's affecting the the stock market here, Nasdaq, then maybe Bitcoin has an opportunity, and therefore Dogecoin to break out and move up a little bit higher here. Iffy, right? But there still is a path here since we technically haven't broken these higher lows just yet. May happen over the weekend. Not entirely sure. There we go. Okay. And you see the Nasdaq taking a little bit of a move up here on the 5, just a little bit, and Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a rally because of that. What's the best way to do this? Maybe a 5-minute chart. Yeah. Okay. What's the 15 at? People might be more enthusiastic about buying it if we break above the 20 moving average on the 15-minute chart. My concern there is we really haven't had a large enough drop for that to really have a big effect on us, have we? No, I don't think so. All right. And hey, Kevin, bear trap means we're going back up. Yeah, so bull traps are when we have a quick pop and then we crash back down. Bear traps are when we come down really fast and we pop back up, right? That's what people are hoping for right now since we haven't broken down below this lower high right here. Right now, we're just patiently waiting to see what happens here. Because we haven't had the... you guys know what it's like to have a clear breakdown. You see the force there. You see the panic. You see liquidations happening left and right. This isn't a liquidation level right here. Move this over here. So we are having a little bit of a solid bounce at the moment in time. You guys typically want to wait for the candle to close below the trend line so it's a confirmed breakdown. And then that's what you really want to be opening the position on. That's why when we open up options trades, I tell you guys you want to be opening those positions up towards the end of the day, so you're not missing on any. You're not going to get hit with any bounce that may come through in the last last half of the day, so to speak. But right now, yeah, we're doing okay here as far as Bitcoin. We had bad CPI numbers. You can see how it affected the market, but we're not having that big crash, right? We're not having that big liquidation event. Hey, good morning, Ken. Happy to see you. And hey, bro, science, great stuff, Michael. Thanks. Yeah, no worries, guys. I'm always here to help you guys out. Let's see. Uh, and bear trap Bitcoin to the moon. Right now, we're not really looking moon-like, but yeah, we're not in crazy bad territory. Altcoins are down quite a bit. Yeah, that's for sure. ADA is down 6.5%. Engine coins down 5. Excuse me. Elon's down 4. A lot of stuff is down between, let's say, 3 and 6% or so, with some exceptions up a little bit higher than that. But overall, guys, we're not in a full-on crash mode, which is kind of nice to see. Usually, I guess we might crash on the weekend, though. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. And the Dow's down 800 points. Yeah, geez. So get ready for some pain in the foreseeable future here, guys, as far as the markets are concerned. With the bad CPI numbers out there, what that means here is the Federal Reserve is going to feel emboldened to go after inflation even harder with continual 50-point basis hikes until they start to see a slowing in demand of goods and services and maybe energy. Although it's the summertime, energy expenses are just going to go up and up and up. And that's going to get bad for the market over the next few months until they can really get this figured out, unfortunately. But so far for Bitcoin, we're running into some resistance right here, but we can pop up above it. Oh, excuse me. And hey, Nico, happy to see you back, my man. Or peace. There you go. Bear trap. Let's see right here. Oh, and hey, Aaron. The unemployment usually have to work. The unemployment level usually have to work 6 to 12 months before eligibility for unemployment again, unless they change it due to the bad economic conditions like they did for COVID. I think they would. They set that precedent, Aaron, that hey, if things get bad, the federal government is going to be there to help you, and it's an election. It's an election season. It's election season. Um, you got to put this in the context of how politics works and how everybody's in for like their own self interest for the most part. They if they do this, well, how do I explain this? Everything Biden ran on, so to speak, was saying, "I'm not Trump. I will make the economy. I'll keep the economy strong as Trump, had a strong economy. I'll keep the economy strong. I care for you. I'm your neighborhood Joe, so to speak, guy, right? So from a political standpoint, he does have to, match Trump. Remember, Trump was giving people too much money, and that was a Republican president. So what is he going to be able to do to keep people happy? And we'll have to wait and see. The good thing for Biden right now is it's 2022. We have midterms, but the election for the president isn't until 2024. So he might be thinking about that as well. But you know, they're gonna have to be able to try to help people out, and they don't want to have all the bureaucracy shakeups like they did the first time around. Although I give some credit to the people that were in charge of it before, the state unemployment networks, because they had never had that type of volume before, right? I had to help one of my friends do unemployment, and the website kept crashing the first couple weeks that everybody was getting laid off. Everything was crashing, 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 and then so I wasn't even able to help him out like that. Excuse me, guys. Jeez, my pollen is killing me today. All right. Hey, Dollar Doge. Will Doge go under 5 cents? At this point in time, probably around 4 cents. If Doge is going to take a pretty nasty hit, and that's if Bitcoin does not drop down below the 200 weekly moving average. That's if the Federal Reserve is able to fix stuff up here. That'd be a good help for everybody else involved. And it still seems like we're facing a little bit of resistance here, guys, with the trend line right here. And I don't know why this is the case. Let me go over here to this chart so you can see that. Oh, hey, hey, what you doing? Yeah, what you doing? Yeah, I'm working. Yeah, yeah. The stress of being a dog owner. Okay, down. Bath. Bath. You want to take a bath? What? You don't want to take a bath? What? Uh huh. Let me give him a treat very fast. There you go. Good boy. Dude, you are gassy, dude. All right. All right. I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. That's if the Federal Reserve is going to be able to fix the economy. Then I can see Dogecoin only going down at the most down to like 4 cents. Probably not even that low. Maybe like 4.5 cents or something like that. But it's really going to depend on how fast the Federal Reserve can fix this inflation problem. All right, let me go back over here very fast. Um, Take a quick peek. Look at the heat map. It looks like we're bottoming out a little bit here as far as the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P. Maybe Bitcoin can use it as a reason to kind of get back up above the trend line here. We want to make sure that if we let's see here, if we are to have some type of okay day, we're going to need to finish and close in the next 9 hours and 21 minutes above this trend line, and then have a full on reversal above the 20-day moving average here. That's what's really going to happen here. Or, that's probably what's going to need to happen right here as well. Short term, though, guys, I would add these two lines onto your chart, but then I would also, on the 4-hour chart, I would add a trend line going from the high that we saw on May 31st, and then connect it down here. And if you want to be optimistic about anything, I would really wait for us to break out above this level, because every time we have a little bit of a spike, we just get annihilated back down. I think people think that the shorts have lost, they don't have any ammunition and stuff like that. They still have it. They've been very efficient about how they've been using it, but they're waiting for something, and I really don't know what it is. But these shorts have really been taking the market whenever they freaking please. So don't understand that they are they still have a lot of capital to be shorting the market with. Let me go to the 5 minute chart here. Yeah, I don't know. The 5 minute and the hour chart just looks so different for some reason. I don't like it. But I'll worry about that later on. Probably best to go 5 here, 1 hour here. Yeah, it's fine right there. Let's see. And hey, Yoga, you're teaching him to interrupt you? Oh, I don't care, guys. My dog is my dog. I treat him however I want to treat him. Don't worry about it, my people. Don't worry about it. He's a spoiled little brat. He's going to be spoiled to the day he dies. He's well trained besides jumping up in front of me when I'm streaming with you guys. In fact, most people like to watch him kind of jump up and stream. That's why I do it. And hey, Anonymous, I love the timeout with the pup. Oh, yeah, I just say bath and he goes away. Yeah, he's a little fun little bundle of joy, though. What's right here? I wanted to see one thing over here very fast. Because... No, is it not here anymore? There was a story I was reading last night, but it was... No. It was more about layoffs, but I guess I'm not going to be able to find it here. CNBC has a high. They put out so many articles like 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 19 minutes ago. They put out so many articles that once you find something, it can get lost pretty darn easily unless you know exactly the headline you're looking for. Alright. Let me go right here very fast then. Packaging services are doing okay. The Kraft Heinz, oh no, excuse me, consumer defensive, packaged foods. That's what it is. They're doing okay here. Not really bad, but okay. Oil's doing okay. Not bad, but fine. It seems like tech is just getting hammered. Yeah, yeah. It's just bad times, guys. Oof. All right, that's okay. Make a move right here. Let's see. Yeah, no worries, Yaga. We might be just be down for months. Yeah, as far as the economy is concerned, guys, we're just not looking at the economy in a. It just doesn't look good, right? Um, Eventually, inflation will be under control. We just don't know when that's going to be. When we start to see inflation cool, that should be the bottom of the market. That should be the technical bottom of the market then, because the way we look at the markets going forward, guys, is what we're looking at now, what the market is doing now, it's a foreshadowing of what the market thinks is the economy is going to be like in a few months, right? So whenever we see that the light at the end of the tunnel, you'll start to see people preemptively buying, and that means that in the future we're going to be looking a lot brighter. But people at this point in time still see the market going to be worse, worse, and worse. And although Bitcoin's not really tanking right now, the traditional stock markets are. So if we just go back up here very fast. The Dow Jones is down 711 points. That's a lot. S&P is down 100 points. That's a lot. Nasdaq is down 364 points. That's a lot. Russell 2000 down 2.44% or 45 bucks. That's a lot. And the VIX is up 10% with some really good volatility coming, as you might expect. But Dow down 2.2%, S&P down 2.5, Nasdaq down 3.12%. It's look at this guy's face. It really sums everything up going on right now. People are worried and a little bit panicked, but at least for Bitcoin here, while the traditional stock markets may be taking a big hit, Bitcoin at this moment in time, guys, it's not taking such an aggressive hit. Maybe altcoins are, but not nearly as bad as a lot of other stuff is at this moment in time. And hello, Earthscatcher. They are trying to ban PGA players that join the Saudi Arabian golf tournament. I don't care, people. Like, what do you call it? If it's a way to make money, make your money, right? Make your money. I doubt the PGA Tour is doing it off of moral grounds. They probably don't want to have the competition of having to up their pay to their golfers, for heaven's sake. So, Saudis aren't necessarily the best of people, right? Or the Saudi government isn't the best of people. If they have a golf tournament and they're offering you money, take it. This world is about to go crazy. Just take the money and run. Who cares? Now, the PGA Tour obviously cares because the money probably. Maybe they are taking a moral stance. I don't know. But, yeah, it's... I don't think many people are going to be caring about that. And hey, Mike, gas is still going up. Yeah, gas should probably continue going up, guys, until April. You already... Well, let me see if I can find this here. Gas prices today are $4.98, right? You have current average $4, yeah, $4.98 here. Uh, I don't know if it's changed since yesterday. I really forget. I don't know if it has it day by day. I don't know. CNN says it's at 4.99 now. Gas price hits $5 national average. So I guess it's right there. I guess ABC News. So gas price hits $5 national average. Let's not show that video. That might get me in trouble. Um, let's see. So the rising prices owe to a they didn't even fact check this. They don't even. There's typos in here. Forgive me. I can have a typo. I'm not a professional writer. These people do this as their job. But the rising prices owed to a summer travel boom that has brought on more people to the pump. Experts told ABC News late last month. Jeez. But yeah, so people are going to go out and drive, guys. As bad as the economy is right now, there's still lots of people in the middle class that can afford these higher gas prices and go do the stuff they want to do. I'm still going on lots of road trips this summer. I'm still going on a lot of them. Now, it's going to cost me a lot of money, but I am still doing road trips all across the United States, well, not all across the West Coast here, and that's going to drive up prices for a lot of other people, right? So in Washington right now, I pay about $5.50 to $5.75 depending on the gas station I'm at, right? And so because of that, I could see gas in the next month or so hitting $6, then maybe up to $7, and then if we really hit a spike because we can't figure out a way to increase the demand, and there's a crunch for it, maybe just maybe we may hit up to like $10 here in Washington, but that's kind of a stretch at this point in time because we haven't really had that big skyrocketing effect right now. It'll really take oil getting up towards like $150, $160 a barrel, which is $40 away from where we are now, to really cause a major increase like that in the price of fuel. Let's see. And Halo, am I buying Tesla coin since the gas got too expensive? No, I'm not buying any Tesla coin like that. Tesla's having issues with their system too because remember, Tesla just is laying off people. They're not immune to the economic factors going on. In fact, if people don't have money and they're getting laid off, how are they going to be able to afford Teslas, right? All these people just bought new cars. You want to make sure that all these people that just bought Teslas can continue the payments on the cars as well. But they're not really, the payments aren't going to Tesla. Tesla already got paid from the dealership, right? Depending on how they paid for the vehicles, I guess you would say. But Tesla's not in the best of shape either. That's why Tesla was at $1,000 over the last few weeks. Now it's down to like 700, and now there's a chance that we might go back down to the $600 level. Things with Tesla are not looking too good here. Let's see. And Halo Road Scratcher, Europe is already paying $10 per gallon already. Let's see. Yeah, that's because Europe is a very clean area, if you will. They don't really try to do fracking and stuff like that, and because of that, they don't have their natural supply that they can kind of take out of the ground and refine it, pollute the air, and give it to the consumers. Right? They get all the oil from Russia and other parts of the world. Most of the time it's nice, right? If you don't have a gas crunch, you just pay high gas prices and you're fine. But when there's a crunch like this, you got to pay really high gas prices, and there's no way that Europe can really affect the actual oil market. Like, there's no way they can actually affect oil prices for the most part on the supply side. They can only affect oil prices from the demand side, whereas America, well, not with this current administration because they don't like oil too much, but in America, we can affect the supply side, right? Because we have tons of oil fracking, we have offshore reserves, oil platforms, whatever, and fracking inside the United States as well. But then we also can affect the demand side because we're all drivers, just like Europe can. But we at least have some control over the supply. Not a lot, but we have some control because it's in the private market, of course. And then Saudi Arabia, same thing, but more of a supply side here because they're a collection of countries in OPEC. They can really change a lot of stuff really fast. And then there's Russia, but Russia's only selling oil to a specific number of countries right now because of the Ukraine crisis going on. And hey, no, I'm not buying a Tesla. Remember, I'm moving to Nicaragua next year. I do not need a new car before I move. I'm not paying for that car to be shipped in a container over to Nicaragua. At least right now, I don't think it'd be worth it in my opinion. Um, the local police in Detroit aren't responding unless it's a life-threatening situation because of the rising gas prices. Yeah, I actually saw that. I thought that was really crazy because they ran out of their fuel budget. They need more funding now. And it's crazy that the city is not just giving them more money. They may in the future here, but they're like just letting it lapse. Like they knew this was coming here. They knew this was coming. They had to have plans if they're a city like that size. And hey, Eric, Biden hates oil. I don't think he hates oil. I just think the base of his party hates oil, and so to kind of please them because they're the only people that are sticking by him right now. Aren't his approval ratings at like 40% or something like that? He has to embrace no oil. It's bad. But politics is kind of, that's the way the world we live in, unfortunately, right now. But yeah, he should change his oil policy up here. I don't think he is. And because of that, the gas prices will continue to go up here in America. I don't even think they're even going to do a gas holiday. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see, guys. We'll have to wait and see. For now, though, we're having a nice little bounce. We haven't crashed down completely. We haven't, we've broken down a little bit. That does make this trend line weaker here. I want to make that clear. But we haven't had that forceful just move down yet, and that's what we're looking for over this weekend to see some really bad moves, okay? So I'm going to hop off the stream here and go wash my face and clean all this pollen off of me because it's like killing me right now. It's a good 2-hour streamish right now. I'll be back later on tonight at 6 p.m. so we can talk a little bit more about what happened throughout the day. But so far, guys, we haven't had a crazy drop-off off of the bad CPI numbers. And maybe that's because the Dow Jones already dropped, and maybe we're having a little bit of a rebound that we're seeing right now. Perhaps if the NASDAQ goes down throughout the rest of the day, we may see Bitcoin break down below that $29,218 level, or Ethereum breaking down below the $1,700 level, okay? So I'll see you guys later on tonight. Sorry about my bad voice today. My allergies are just killing me. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Relax. We're not in a terrible position just yet. But if you guys get a chance, go to CNBC, the app, or maybe the website, and just read some information about the CPI data. It'll really open your eyes to how bad things can get and what exactly the practical reasons of why it is so bad for the economy may be, okay? Just so you guys have a better understanding of how the economy works in the future. It's not really important information, but it does help you kind of make some better trades in the long term if you have an understanding of why the economy is doing so bad, okay? Thanks, everybody, and have a great rest of your day.